Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sing everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Did I go around the Hari Hari? Yes. Now we'll do a simple tune and we go around. Okay, we can get started now. I want to ask anybody else want to lead. We can. How long you want to go for? It's 7:30 right now. We can start at 7:40. Bhagavatam is just a little bit late. We can start Bhagavatam right away. We can start Bhagavatam right away. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we'll get started with Bhagavatam. We are on chapter 11 of Canto 1, first canto. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So does anybody remember where we were, what part of the story was going on?
last thing which I remember is the way Krishna is coming and the beauty of the Krishna with the yellow, moon and sun. Like the comparison how they made it.
Yeah, that's nice. So we are discussing the section where Krishna is entering his city of Dwarka. And the beauty of Krishna is being described in great detail. The Krishna is dressed in yellow. And so he's dressed in yellow, but his body is color of, describe, Ganesham, which means dark cloud. And what else was being described? There was something white. What is white? Yes, correct. Wow, good memory. Nobody remembered that. That's very good. Very sharp. Thank you, Shambhavi. Yeah, that's one most people will not remember. But there was a white umbrella. Was it an umbrella for rain or was it for the sun? हाँ एको से जा सके इनके पहली बार चालू है. The rainbow was of what? The rainbow, yes, the flowers. That's correct. I remember everything. Good. So, actually, before we started Bhagavatam, I wanted to do a round of introductions because we've got a new devotee, Joey. Welcome, Joey. Here you go. So usually when we get a new devotee joining our circle, we just go around introductions. Most of our devotees not here in person today. They are here online on Zoom. But, okay, so let's see. We can go around. So my name is Madanagopala, and I live right here in Persephone. And I have one son. His name is Madhav, but he's not here. He lives in Michigan. He's in college. Canto.
I'm here nearby, and two lovely daughters.
Thank you. Niku, your turn. My name is Nishka. I live also in the same house with my mom. Yeah.
My name is Mansi. We've been doing this for decades now. We started having this kind of association in Long Island. This format of having devotee association, wonderful talks, reminding us of Krishna. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, mommy, my mom's turn. Haribo. And Haribo. And today we're missing Rasapran Prabhu. Rasapran Prabhu also normally comes.
They both are very wonderful, very sweet. Like you can imagine ice cream or something sweet. That's how they are.
They're very long time devotees and the three lovely children. So starting with the youngest, what's your name? Huh? She forgot her name.
Hare Krishna, Madanagopala Prabhu, I can hear. Haribol, I can
Haribol.
see. Haribol.
Prabhu. Thank you for joining, Prabhu. So he's
Haribol.
Rasaparan Prabhu, I think your daughter has forgotten her name.
Oh,
So that is Nitya Leela. Isn't it Nitya Leela? Am I correct? Okay, good. Say your name. Hey, thank you, Dev. Haribol, Dev.
Freshman, it's a real pleasure to be with you all.
Haribol, Dhruv. Haribol, thank you. And Joey, say a couple of words.
I'm Joey. I'm 30 years old. I live in Warren County. I reached out to him because there was really no place for me to go around there. So I started really attend one Parsippany too. So here I am.
Welcome. Haribol. Thank you, Joey. And on our Zoom channel, we have our international audience. We have Akanksha Mataji and Vineet Prabhu from Canada. We have Anu Mataji, Ashish Prabhu. We have Rasapran Prabhu. We have Kinjal Mataji. And we also have Minash Prabhu, Monali Mataji, Padma Mataji, Prem Chaitanya Prabhu, and Vivian Mataji, who said she's going to be here shortly. And so I think
Yes, Sanjay is here. We're gonna go there soon.
yeah. I mean, they just live 2 steps away, so.
Haribol.
We're waiting for you. Please come. Akanksha Mataji.
Haribol Prabhuji.
Haribol Prabhuji.
Thank you for joining.
Haribol.
Jai Ho. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
All right. So,
Haribol.
Hari Bol, Monali. So we are going to continue now. Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm going to share my screen so all of you all can see. So it is a very beautiful and poetic description of Krishna. So this is the part of Srimad Bhagavatam's story where Krishna is entering the city of Dwarka. I'll share my screen. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the last verse we covered the last time. As the Lord passed along the public road of Dwarka, his head was protected from the sunshine by a white umbrella. Okay, so that's the white umbrella. But there's something else that was also white, the white feathered fans fanning him. Right? So white feathered fans moved in semicircles, and showers of flowers where the rainbow colors come from fell upon the road. His yellow garments and garlands of flowers, again, that's the shower of flowers and his garlands of multicolored flowers. Garlands of flowers made it appear as if a dark cloud were surrounded simultaneously by sun, moon, lightning, and rainbows. So moon and lightning is what? The umbrella and the fan. Very beautiful. Okay. I think we read this one also. Yes. After entering the house of his father, he was embraced by the mother's present. And the Lord offered his obeisances unto them by placing his head at their feet. The mothers were headed by Devaki, his real mother. And then, of course, the other mothers too. Okay, I think we read this part as well. The mothers, after embracing their son, sat him on their laps due to pure affection. Milk sprang from their breast. They were overwhelmed with delight, and tears from their eyes wetted the Lord. Thereafter, the Lord entered his palaces, which are perfect to the fullest extent. His wife lived in them, and they numbered how many? How many wives did Krishna have? It says over here. Sahasrani cha shodasha. Sahasra means 1,000. And Shoda means 16. So 16,000 wives. More than 16,000. It's 16,108 wives. It's like a zip code. 16108. Yeah. Of course, because he's a supreme Lord, he can have 16 million, 16 billion wives. It's not big. Okay, so, and we read this verse, the queens of Lord Shri Krishna rejoiced within their minds to see their husband home after a long period abroad. The queens got up at once from their seats and meditations. As was socially customary, they covered their faces shyly and looked about coyly. Coyly means, how to describe coyly? Coy means like
Shy.
huh?
Shyly. Shy.
Shy is there, but koi has a component of no. It's almost a little cheeky. There's shyness mixed with a little bit of sprinkle of naughtiness. That's called koi. Don't be coy. Don't be too cute. Don't be too koi means like shana. Shana mat banbo. So like that. So they're looking about shy. There's a shyness, but there's also a little bit of naughtiness mixed with this called koi. So sakam vrite vridite lochanana. That's how it's described. So now, generally speaking, in any culture, it is not this like husband's wife, they generally don't embrace each other in public. It is in most cultures it's like that. You don't do that. But at the same time you feel like doing it because you haven't seen each other for a long time. What are you doing? This is how they okay? Tamatmajay drishtibhirana antaratmana duranta bhava parire bhire patim niruddhamapya shravadam bunetrayo vilajjatinam bhruguvarya vaiklava. The insuperable ecstasy was so strong that the queens who were shy first embraced the Lord in the innermost recesses of their hearts. So, is it possible to embrace the Lord? Sure. We can all embrace the Lord in the innermost recess of our heart. The queens show it how it's done because the Lord is living in our heart. What is he waiting for? He's waiting for us to turn to him. He's waiting for us to embrace him. He's in everyone's heart. Here the queens show you can embrace him in your heart. Tam atmaje drishtibhir antaratmana. Antaratmana. He's in the heart. Then they embraced him visually. You just look at him. You look at him with so much love. You can embrace someone with your vision if you look at them with enough love in your eyes. So visually, they're embracing him. Okay? Then they sent their sons to embrace him, which is equal to personal embracing. That's another way of perfection. Because the son is a part of the mother, considered part of the mother's body. But it is socially acceptable. You go and embrace. So then when the father embraces the son, the mother feels that she has to go. But, O chief amongst the Bhrigus, though they tried to restrain their feelings, they inadvertently shed tears. They cried. Even though, the Lord is right there. It's not tears of sadness, it's tears of happiness. But the tears is a way to embrace the Lord too. It's very beautiful, very beautiful. Vilajjatinam bhruguvarya vaiklava. But how? Niruddhamapi ashravad. Ashra means tears, ashru. Ambu netrayo. Netra means the eyes. Ambu means the water. Right? So ashravad ambu netrayo, just flowing, shedding many tears. So what are the different ways? Okay, anybody recall? Now who can recap? And it should be a very sharp memory. Who can recap the different ways, starting from the first, that the queens embraced Krishna when he came? The first way. First, they embraced him in the innermost recesses of their hearts. Right? Next. What is the next way they embraced him? Drishtivi, through the eyes. So first was in the heart, second was with their eyes, like just by looking at him. Drishti. Drishti means you glance and you look very lovingly. Okay? Then the third way they embraced him. One of the physical, this is actually physical.
children. Remember?
What did the queens do? They sent? The queens sent their sons,
Son.
Krishna, to embrace
Like
Krishna.
father comes and hugs you, same way.
Yes. And here it says, which is equal to personal embracing. So it's very beautiful, actually quite romantic, and also very spiritual. Actually, everything comes from Krishna. Our romantic tendencies also come from him. The tendency to love, be very intimate, be very close to an individual. It's not something that comes separately from Krishna. Krishna is the source of all this. And so this is the original story, which is worth watching. It's the original hero story, hero and heroines. This is, all the other stories, the hero is not worthy. Here, the hero is the one worthy of this kind of glory. So he's the Supreme Lord. And how to embrace him is in the heart, visually, send the sons. And then they couldn't help themselves, even though they tried very hard. And what happened? Ashravad Ambunetra. That they shed tears just like water flowing incessantly. Sometimes when we are in love and then we stay with each other, say a couple has been in marriage for some time, and then 1 year passes, 2 years passes, and then take each other for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. You get used to it, and then you get irritated by the person. Did that happen with Krishna? No, it doesn't. There's a reason for that. It's explained over here. Yadyapyasau parshvagato raho gata tathapya sangri yugam navam navam pade pade ka virame tatpada chalapya chrirna jahati karhichi. Although Lord Sri Krishna was constantly by their sides, constantly with them, as well as exclusively alone, his feet appeared to them to be newer and newer. Tasyangri, angri means the feet, tasya means his. Yugam, again and again. Navam, navam. Nav means new. In fact, the English word new comes from that. The word novelty comes from Sanskrit nava. Newer and newer. So with Krishna, familiarity breeds nothing but more love, because there's more and more freshness, more newness, something more interesting about it. Generally, we get less interesting after time passes. Krishna is the opposite. The goddess of fortune, although by nature always restless and moving, could not quit the Lord's feet. Generally, we see when Lakshmi Devi, she's massaging the feet of Narayan, it's Krishna. So the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, who is the goddess of what we call money also. And we can see in this world, money doesn't stay in one place very long. Moves very quickly, sometimes in no time at all. Billionaires becomes a pauper, and pauper becomes a millionaire, billionaire. It happens very quickly sometimes, just overnight. Money doesn't stay in one place in this world. This is the nature of Lakshmi Devi. It doesn't stay with one person. But here it's described that she cannot leave the lotus feet of Krishna even for 1 second. So if someone who is so restless and so fickle and so volatile, the word volatile, moves very quickly. Stock market is very volatile. We have a volatility index, right? So money is very volatile. Fortunes change very quickly. But someone who is so volatile, if she cannot move because she's so much enamored by the beauty of Krishna's lotus feet, she can't let go of the lotus feet. She keeps massaging them. Anyway, it doesn't need to be massaged. She wants to do it. So if someone like that doesn't leave, what woman can be detached from those feet having once taken shelter of them? So Krishna is so lovable, and so attractive. Nobody will want, the moment we actually come into the lotus feet of Krishna, in the shade of his lotus feet, we also will feel so much bliss that we've never experienced in this material existence. We will not want to move from there either. A sense of deep sense of security and satisfaction is found in the lotus feet of Krishna. So now we get into some philosophy of what happens around the world and how the Lord is involved and how he's not involved. So it's described a little more here. Evam nipanam kshitibhar janmanam aukshaw hanibhi parivrittejasam vidhaya vairam shvasano yathanalam mitho adheno parato nirayuta. The Lord was pacified after killing those kings who were burdensome to the earth. He had killed some very demoniac people, right? He had just come from Kurukshetra, and prior to that, he's killed some very demoniac people. They were puffed up with their military strength, their horses, elephants, chariots, infantry, etc. Quite a few, like Duryodhana, and so many. He himself didn't kill them, right? But he was happy that the bad guys were killed. So he says he himself was not a party in the fight. He simply created hostility between the powerful administrators, and they fought amongst themselves. So the Lord sometimes facilitates this for the killing of the demons. He was like the wind. It causes friction between bamboos and so sparks a fire. So the wind doesn't create fire, but indirectly the wind moves the bamboos against each other just by rubbing against each other. So this is the analogy given. And it's very interesting because when Krishna went to Duryodhana before the war, he went as what? Shanti Dut. Shanti Dut means a messenger of peace. He wanted to broker a peace between the two parties. On one hand, he's Shanti Dut. He's the Supreme Lord. He failed, or what? What happened there? He played the part of Shanti Dut to fulfill his duty, but he wanted to accomplish a higher goal, to get all the bad guys in one place and just finish them off. And also a lot of things were accomplished in the Battle of Kurukshetra. Lots and lots of things. Lots of things was resolved. And of course, the biggest thing that happened on the Battle of Kurukshetra is what? It's speaking of Bhagavad Gita. Exactly. So he wanted the war to happen for a number of reasons. And how he accomplished it is very poetically described. Sa esha naralokesmin avatirna samayaya reme sriratna kutasto bhagavan prakrito yatha. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, appeared on this planet by his internal potency and enjoyed himself amongst competent women as if he were engaging in mundane affairs. Sriratna kutasto. It looked like ordinary romances, but these are his internal expansions of his internal pleasure potency. The women that he danced with were his internal energy. They were not ordinary women of the world, because the Lord is not an ordinary person. And we all are subordinate to Krishna, and we all are meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. So philosophically explaining, don't be confused just because you see Krishna having so many wives or Krishna dancing with so many women. These are all extraordinary souls. Udama bhava pishunamala valguhasa Vridavaloka nihato madanopyasam sammohya chapam ajahat pramodato masas yasendriyam vimatitum puhakairna sheku. Although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting. And although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva would fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord. The Lord is fully in control, always. And no matter how beautiful they may be, they couldn't control him, or they could not shake his mind, because he is the Lord Master. Tamayam manyate loko yasangam appi sanginam atmopamyena manujam vyaprananam yato buddha. The common materialistic conditioned souls speculate that the Lord is one of them. Out of the ignorance, they think that the Lord is affected by matter, although he is unattached. Etadishanam ishasya prakritisto pitadgunai na yujyate sadatmasteil yatha buddhistadashraya. This is the divinity of the personality of God. He is not affected by the qualities of material nature, even though he is in contact with them. Similarly, the devotees who have taken shelter of the Lord do not become influenced by the material qualities. Okay, let's see, it's 8 o'clock. I think there's only one more verse, or how many verses? Almost done, okay? Tammeni rebala muda strainam chanu vratam raha apramana vido bhartu ishwaram matayo yatha. The simple and delicate women truly thought that Lord Shri Krishna, their beloved husband, followed them and was dominated by them. They were unaware of the extent of the glories of their own husband, as the atheists are unaware of him as a supreme controller. Even the wives didn't know his greatness. They were probably even not aware that he was Supreme Lord. They thought he's controlling. So it's a nice analogy, just like the atheists think that he's not even there. That's the last verse. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Bhagavatam ki jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for joining online, and thank you all for joining in person. Yeah, we don't have that. Anybody have any comments or questions? Anybody here? Like hybrid program. In schools, there is hybrid also. Some kids come to class and some kids are still, it's tough to do. It's hard to do for the teachers. Yeah, kids are used to it. Teachers have to get used to it. Teachers have to get expert at it. I'm still. You keep quiet. You keep quiet. No. Okay, stop. Okay. All right. Okay, Nashinga prayers. Yes, so now we'll have Nashinga prayers. And thank you all, dear devotees, for joining. So we'll see you next time. Hopefully you can all come in person, but if not, please continue coming online. Hare Krishna. So kids, come closer. Let's do Nashinga prayers, okay? We're going to Nashinga prayers and then we...
You know, Narsimha, Bhagwan becomes so happy when he sings Aarti.
Is it Sanjay? Haribol, Vivian, welcome. Come on in. Okay, who's gonna sing? Girls are gonna sing. All the kids are gonna sing. Why don't you take the microphone over here? Okay. Nico, come closer over here. I'll give you the mic. Come. Nico, come, Nico.
1 minute. 1 minute.
All right.
Come
Okay,
here.
kids, ready? All the kids.
Jaldi aa Rudra mein na teri baat mute na.
Wait. Namaste
बोल रहा हरि राम। कितने सारे किड्स बैठे हैं। All the kids together now. Good job, kids. Good job. Jai Bhagwan ki jai, Bhagwan Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. It's time for Mahaprasadam. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in person. This is really fantastic. Reminds me of the pre-COVID era. Feeling like it's getting back to the normalcy. I want to thank wonderful Matajis who've made this outstanding prasadam. I want to thank Priya Mataji for making and doing the buns. I want to thank Vijayashri Mataji for wonderful pulao. I want to thank Srimati Mataji for outstanding feast surprise. Surprise. And William Mataji for wonderful, wonderful fruits, which we forever look forward to. Thank you so much for making it so.
And thank you all the online devotees once again for
Thank you
joining.
for joining online. Hari Bol.
Yeah.
And after they describe, we want to continue children's kirtan for
Okay.
5
For a few minutes,
while
sure.
we set up a